Listen, I realized that no matter what I say, I'm not going to penetrate a Christian's mindset and change their mind in one video on how they see things. And, I was a Christian, so I know the mindset, and the mindset of, well, if you're a Christian and you turn from your faith, then you could have never been a Christian. And I could understand. I understand where they're coming from because I had the same mindset. But I would have to strongly disagree now, given definitions, and definitions are important. And even within the Christian community, they have each have their own definition of what a true Christian is. And this is why they point fingers at one another. I did it, and to say, oh, well, you can't be a Christian because you don't believe this, or, you can't be a Christian, you don't believe that. So there's this whole mindset that unless you come under, the same beliefs, then you're not viewed as a Christian, And this is dogma. This is what comes down to. It's the dogma. And this is the dogma that some of the dogma that I've rejected of the Christian faith. But to say that I was never a Christian, I'm sorry, it fails. Then what have I been doing? What was I been doing for 30 years? A Christian. Let's go to the Webster Dictionary, which is pretty much a authority on definitions. And the Webster Dictionary says a Christian is one who professes belief in the teachings of Jesus Christ. B. Disciple, a member of the Churches of Christ separating from the Disciples of Christ in 1906. A member of the Christian denomination having part in the Union of the United Church of Christ. So there's a whole history there with the churches. But number one, belief in the teachings of Jesus Christ. I still believe in some of the teachings of Jesus Christ. Again, I don't know how many times I have to say it. It's a major theme in all the religions. Do unto others as you would have done unto yourself. Major theme, major teaching of Jesus, which actually was taught hundreds of years prior by Confucius, actually. But you see this theme in a lot of different religions. Reaping what you sow. Another principle I believe in. Now, I can understand just from that definition why Christians fight amongst themselves of who's really a Christian. Especially when you get to the Catholic Protestant kind of debate. Alright? Because by definition, it's the beliefs and teaching of Jesus Christ. And there's all arguments of what the beliefs and teachings of Christ are. Which ones are for today? Which was for that time, when you're dealing with the law and the old covenant and stuff like that. When you're dealing with hell, when you're dealing with the Trinity and the deity of Christ and all this stuff, there's all these different interpretations. So that I can understand why people pointing the fingers at each other, well, you can't really be a Christian because it doesn't really go on to my definition. You are not following the beliefs and teachings of Jesus Christ. But to say that I, or anyone else who claimed they were a Christian and now they're an atheist or whatever, to say they weren't a Christian, you could have never been a Christian because you turned your back, is preposterous. By definition, it's preposterous. If someone was a Buddhist, or a Muslim, or an atheist, and they turn away from, okay, let's because I know there's a little thing about the atheist is just unbelief. So let's just go with another religion then. A Muslim, a Buddhist, a Jew, and they become a Christian. People in their community, their ex-community, right, in the mosques and in the synagogues tell them, well, then you were never a Muslim. You were never a Jew. Does this logic stand? No, it doesn't. So I don't understand that. So, I mean, if some people out there who I think are very dear to me, people that I've, fellowshipped in the Christian community, who I admire, I still like them. And others who, for whatever reason. But I see the comments, and they're saying, John, you were never a Christian. You know what? You don't know me. All you see me is what you see on this video screen. So what was I doing for 25, 30 years? I was a Catholic. I was in the Catholic Church for 8 years. Catholic school. Altar boy. Then became a quote-unquote born-again Christian in the 80s. What was I doing all these years? I've had those experiences that you talk about. Some I think were definitely mostly emotionally conjured up, but that's probably another video, especially when you get into speaking in tongues and slaying the spirit and all that other stuff. But I was involved in ministry. I was involved in going to church and Bible studies. I gave Bible studies. I was out there feeding the hungry. I was doing things that were expected of a Christian. So maybe someone out there would like, the Christians out there would like to define for me what they think a Christian is. Most would probably say because you have this infilling of the Holy Spirit, so therefore you reject Christ, you don't have the Holy Spirit. Well, isn't that the Holy Spirit God? And as a deist, I hate to tell you all folks, but I believe that everyone is part of God. We were created by Him. There's no denying that, right? That we were all created by Him. Ultimately. Everyone that believes in God. So there is a part of Him in all of us. I just believe that some are just not aware or awakened to this idea. And I cannot define God. If you want to call it the universe, everything that encompasses the universe, the stuff out there. I just don't think at this time, He intervenes as much as some Christians like to think. But I believe in God, and we have that common ground. So let's build upon that. The dogma and the arrogance comes when fundamentalists in any religion try to say this is the way it is, put God in a box. This is how God is. If you don't believe this way, then you're not of God, or you're going to hell. That is arrogant to me, because this God that you claim, that is, His thoughts are higher than your thoughts, His ways are higher than your ways, His intelligence, His infinity, His life is much greater than your little puny finite life and mind. Yet you claim to know this God. It's double talk. It really is. If you want to say that I failed as a Christian because I didn't go the whole course of my Christianity, well, so be it. I don't see it as a failure. I see it as a stepping stone. An evolving of my beliefs. And a lot of people still don't answer my questions about one of the major problems with the dogma of hell. They still don't want to answer my question to Christians. Because the ratio is 1 in 6 are going to heaven. Christopher L. like to say 1 in 12, which is even worse. So is that good numbers for God? If you would have 6 kids, 12 kids, 4 knowing, would you still have them knowing that most of them will go to hell? Would that be loving and compassionate of you in your own, come on, your own reason? Your own compassion, your own sense of whatever? Please answer the question, Christians. Would you have those kids? Still, they don't answer. How many videos I have to do? I don't know. It just tells me something. It tells me something. Something they don't want to admit. And that is that there is a problem with an Old Testament God and a New Testament God. Be well, everyone. I'm out of time. May you prosper in everything you do.